What is body dysmorphia? Is it possible to have this after elective weight loss surgery? Will you ever feel normal in your own body again after bariatric surgery? And will shopping ever be fun? Today I am answering all of these questions because these are common in my comments and DMs, so I thought I would make a video dedicated to this rather heavy topic. And I will be showing you a little closet tour, so stay tuned. For weight loss surgery content in this new year, please make sure you are subscribed here. We would love to have you as a part of our ever-growing Berry Tail family community. And if you like this video and or have more questions, please leave them in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up so that way I know what kind of content you want to see in 2023. So we're going to tackle a really important question about life after weight loss surgery in today's video. January of 2023, this month, marks my 3.5-year anniversary from having gastric sleeve bariatric surgery, and I wanted to be a little bit more vulnerable with you. I think I'm always honest in my videos, or as honest as I can be with you, but I wanted to talk about one of the things that I've struggled with in this almost 100-pound weight loss, and that's body dysmorphic disorder, or BDD. The technical definition of BDD is a mental health condition where you cannot stop hyperfixating or hyperfocusing on parts of your body that you think are wrong. These are perceived flaws, which can include the number, aka your weight, or your body size. While I am going to be sharing with you my experience with BDD, body dysmorphia is not something that is specific just to bariatric surgery. You can have never planned to have or have weight loss surgery and still experience BDD at any body size. So it's not simply associated with weight loss surgery or with people who are overweight. People of all sizes and weights struggle with BDD. And I've found that pre-op, many of my clients have struggled with body dysmorphia because of their weight and size. So they are hyper-focused and oftentimes unable to make necessary changes because of this hyper-focus due to BDD. I was also this person, though I never knew the name for a proper diagnosis. I focused on all of my perceived flaws, my failures. If you've seen the very first weight loss surgery video that I ever posted here, it's the day before my surgery, and I honestly thought no one would ever watch that video, and I am unedited crying on camera. You can see my body dysmorphia in action in that video. Today I wanted to share how BDD relates to post-op life. When you're losing weight quickly, faster than if you were on a traditional diet, it is wildly exciting. Like, you can't wait to weigh yourself exciting, which was a new feeling for me post-bariatric surgery. I was finally watching the numbers on the scale do what I have wanted them to do for my entire life, and that is consistently go down. I couldn't wait to weigh myself day to day, week to week, to track my positive progress. It's honestly thrilling. It's thrilling. If you've struggled with weight loss, and my guess is if you're having weight loss surgery or considering it, or you're here watching this video, my guess is that there's a weight component that has taken place in your life as well. Being able to successfully lose weight and use this tool, chef's kiss, so fun to lose weight. I lost 77 pounds after bariatric surgery in just 6 months. This is the fastest that I have ever lost weight, and it's a lot. I went from a size 18-20 to a size 8-10 or medium in half a year. That's drastic. It's not everybody's story, but there's a reason I'm telling you this. I was excited. I was exceeding my goals. You may have seen some of the 3-month, 6-month post-op updates. I absolutely loved this process, but here's the but. I started to struggle to recognize my own body. This is where the BDD comes in. If you were asked to pick your own body out of a lineup, nude, too much? You could, right? you could identify what your naked body looks like. Pre-op, I had been between 235 pounds to 250 pounds for such a long time, like a decade's worth of that weight range. I knew what my tummy, my thighs, my arms looked like, down to every freckle, every stretch mark, every dimple of skin. I knew what that body looked like. Then, with sudden weight loss, I was starting to have a hard time identifying those parts. I was looking at the same parts of me, but with fresh eyes. The absolute disbelief that those parts could not belong to me was surreal. And I'm sharing this to tell you that I wasn't sad or angry or disappointed. I was thrilled, even with my looser skin, which I've talked a lot about recently. I was excited. It was true shock and disbelief for me. But not knowing what my own skin looked like was still a bit unnerving. There is a much more harmful other side of BDD as well. Sometimes, clients who have suffered from BDD and hyperfixated on their weight and their size, once they start losing weight, they pick new parts of their body to worry about, to despise, to be ashamed of, and hyper-focus on those. It's like they're displacing their former BDD that was weight-related on something else. Or there's the most dangerous type of BDD, which is where clients are never satisfied with the number on the scale, so they do not reintegrate foods in the phases where they should because they're concerned that the more calories they take in, the slower their weight progression will be. So it turns into a post-op eating disorder. It's a very dangerous precedent, and there is real harm in starvation at that point. So there are different levels and types of BDD that can show up, either in a pre-op or post-op life. The question, how do we combat this? Is there a way to prevent or avoid body dysmorphia? Honestly, I don't know if you can fully prevent BDD, particularly post-op. But the good news is there is work that you can do pre-op to help this. And it's why I started Berry Tail Coaching, because I wish that I had had a coach to guide me through the mindset activities needed to help avoid my own body dysmorphia issues, even though mine were very minor compared to the other more dangerous kinds. My goal in coaching is to help women and a few good men in their pre to post-op life live the most joyful, happiest, healthiest versions of themselves. I'm telling you this because I'm currently booking for the first quarter of 2023. I will leave all of the information in the description box below if you are looking to sign up for a little pre or post-op coaching from yours truly. Yay! My first tip for you is that you need to document your journey, including starting prior to surgery if you have the luxury of time. Obviously, I like to document here on YouTube for me, but also to help others, and I also use a journal. I wish I had done more prompt writing before surgery about how I felt about my body, the positives about what it's gotten me through, the things that it's been able to do for me, like I gave birth to a healthy baby. Also, I would be documenting the negatives. Again, see that first weight loss video. There were a lot of negative thoughts that I had about my body at that time. I didn't know that those thoughts about shame, embarrassment, failure, and worthiness were my negative daily self-talk thoughts until I documented every single day. This was a pattern of things that I was thinking and feeling about my own body. And at the time, I didn't know if those thoughts were a product of my childhood. Were they really how I felt about my own body? Even though it was a strong, able body, did I actually hate it? Were they societally imposed? At the time, I didn't have the answers to those questions because I hadn't done enough mindset work to know. It took me months of therapy to figure out how that combination of my childhood, my negative self-talk, societal expectations all worked together to create my daily narrative routine, which was incredibly self-harmful and negative. I regret not starting that work until I was post-op. If you're open to therapy and you want help finding that intersection between your self-talk and societal expectations, I cannot recommend it highly enough. That's not me. When we talk about bariatric coaching, that's an entirely separate entity. I am not a professional mental health expert. So if you're into the idea of therapy or willing to try, that's something I would encourage you to explore. Regardless of your feelings related to talk therapy, documentation is key. I also believe that you need a visual representation. This can be done on video. It can be done in before and after photos as well. But I have one that's a little bit stronger. Stay with me. With fast weight loss, surgical or not, we tend to lose sight of what our bodies, our vessels, physically look like. And whether we like it or not, our mental image of ourselves is directly tied to who we are. Photos and videos of your progress are incredibly helpful, but I have a tip that came directly from my therapist, Anne. Are you ready to be uncomfy? Stand naked in front of a full-length mirror every single day and just look at yourself. There, I said it. Don't unsubscribe, okay? The goal is to work up to 5 minutes of this naked viewing party of yourself. Look at your body. Actually look at your body without judgment. This is for data collection purposes. Your angry voice, your mean voice does not belong here. How is your body changing during weight loss? How do your body parts reflect your weight loss? What do they look like now? This is something I incorporated into my post-op routine for the first 9 months as a daily practice. And at first, I will tell you that I could not keep my mean voice. Her name's Bianca, by the way, in my head. I could not keep her at bay. Girl, she is mean. I literally started this with 30 seconds on a timer, cringed the whole time, wanted to cry, listened to Bianca, and would run back into my closet, which you'll see soon, to get dressed. Every week, I would add on time. I would go from 30 seconds to 45. And eventually, after the minutes started stacking up, this became like a meditative practice for me. I wasn't embarrassed. I was simply existing in this mirror. I was taking up space in a positive way, and this helped me cope with and recognize my BDD. I would also recommend that throughout your post-op weight loss that you make sure to try on pants at various sizes of your weight loss. And for me, it was important for me to do jeans specifically. And I think women globally accept that jeans are one of the hardest things to shop for because everybody's body is different. Let's segue on over to the closet tour since we're talking about jeans. See what we did there? Hello and welcome to my side of the closet. I'm going to assume that if you're still with me in this video, that you either have or had an array of sizes in your closet that used to fit you, currently fit you, and that you might hope that will fit you in the future. Am I right? And how do I know that? It's because I used to be you. My wardrobe was massive. I've always loved clothing and shopping, so I would hoard and keep things that ranged from my high school size 810s all the way up to 1820s. So I had a wardrobe that was really meant for multiple women. And tell me if you've ever done this or if I'm alone. I used to buy things intentionally small to say, you have to lose weight now because you spent money on this really beautiful dress or this skirt or a sweater or a bathing suit. So now you have to lose weight in order to fit into it. That is some significantly disordered thinking. Also, that never worked for me. I never lost more weight because I had more clothes in a certain size. But I kept those clothes. I never returned them or donated them because I was embarrassed, and these were clothes that still had tags on them. Now, all of my clothes, with the exception of bathing suits because I switched those out for winter gear. I live on Cape Cod in Massachusetts in the Northeast, so it's cold. I need things like hats and mittens and scarves. I swapped those out with my bathing suits in this bottom drawer right over here. Everything else fits in my closet year round, so I can look at all of my clothes at one time. And yes, before you take to the comment section, I understand. I converted a small bedroom into a closet, so no, this isn't your single door situation where I have a capsule wardrobe of like 16 things. I'm not that girl. But I will say that everything here fits me. Right now, all of it. So let me show you around. I'd like to preface this tour by saying this is not a Instagram, Pinterest worthy closet in my opinion, but it works for me and I'm really proud of the pieces that I've put together. So I have on this side my tank tops, t-shirts, long sleeves, some of my lighter jackets and my favorite blazers, and then this pull-out section has maxi skirts as well as pants and jeans. I did keep one pair of jeans from my pre-op. Over here are all of my sweaters. I did put this little bin in here recently for all of my slippers. I got a really cute new pair of slippers for Christmas I'll show you. And then my accessory drawers. I have like all of my travel accessories, sunglasses, my fanny packs, my jewelry. And then in the bottom I have sweatshirts and things that are more like practical for me to grab when I get home from work. Aren't these amazing? My husband bought these for me for Christmas. They were on my Kate Spade wish list. I'm so happy they're here. We're gonna wear them now. Such happy little toes. This is my favorite section of the closet because it has all of my dresses, my long sweaters, and my skirts. It also contains my more practical things like workout clothing, undies, bras, pajamas, and then this is my sandal bin. Looking through this, there are definitely shoes that I could donate. But I do like this organizer because it does set a limitation on the number of shoes that I can collect. As you may know, when I was going through the majority of my weight loss, I was using a rental service called Le Tote that I still occasionally do use to rent my clothes. I was thrifting them. I asked friends if they had anything in certain sizes because I knew that I had a range of sizes that I would be going through. But I tried to keep my spending of new clothing limited. I did go to stores to try things on because I wanted to know what size my new body was, and that I do think helped with BDD. When I reached the plateau of my final weight loss, which is where I think I am now, I am a 6'8" size-wise and a pretty consistent medium. I then had the freedom to shop for the pieces that I have always wanted. So I got to build an entirely new wardrobe based off of images of women who I wanted to be or whose style I deeply admired. And I found for myself that I have always been attracted to a pretty feminine aesthetic, and now I actually get to live that. I know I have years to add to, build, and adapt my wardrobe, but I started with a color palette and added basics along the way so that I could create various outfits using those basics and maximize them. I've learned that I prefer dresses and or skirts over pants almost 100% of the time. And despite my bright pink sweater, which I am wearing because this new headband is everything to me. It's from Headbands of Hope. I will link it in the description box. I tend to prefer lighter colors. So I am very much into a blush pink white color palette, and I've eliminated most black from my wardrobe. Clothing now brings me joy because I get to shop for what I want to buy rather than just what fits. Every season, I create outfit inspo based on social media and Pinterest, and I put outfit idea boards together, and then I get to go out into the world or go online and try to find those pieces to build a wardrobe for future Chelsea, which is so much fun for me. And in 2023, I am all about romanticizing every small aspect of my life. I want to show you how I'm doing that. One of the ways I'm going to romanticize getting ready this year is to add a little bit more lighting to my closet. These are what the strip lights look like. And because every day should be celebrated, and that's one of my 2023 goals, I want these little touches sprinkled throughout my life. So I've added some new lighting into my closet. I do have this overhead lighting here. It's really for aesthetics. It's not incredibly bright, but these new little panels from ASOKO lighting, I absolutely love. So I'm gonna show you these when it's a little bit darker because the sun is in here right now. They are magnetized and so cool. This little perfume area is my aesthetic romanticize your morning. I keep my favorite seasonal perfumes out here. Right now I am very into the Way at Melrose Place. And I also like Chloe Nomad. That one's actually in the car. This is my signature scent along with probably the rest of the world, but it's been a favorite for a long time. I am only using native deodorants. This is more of a summery scent for me, but I do keep it back here. This one's from The Gap. Does anyone remember this name? I don't. I have had this for definitely way too long, but it still smells good. My essential oils for my dryer balls, the only thing I've ever owned from Louis Vuitton, and it is a Mickey Mouse bag charm, but I keep the little bougie bag, my sweet baby girl, and some of her artwork. And then my favorite like travel perfumes, I'm also really into, this one's from Commodity and it's called Book and it's supposed to smell like an old library. I love this, especially for winter. It's very much outside my comfort zone. My spring scent, Jo Malone Peony and Blush Suede. My hair perfumes, some bath balls. All the things that make me feel extra special and girly getting ready in the morning. Okay, it is evening time. Apologies if you can hear 1, the washing machine, 2, Mark singing pirate sea shanties to Callie in the tub, but I wanted to show you how these lights work. I have dimmed the overhead light. These are on auto feature. And I can change. I think I might like a combo. And then I can also make them, ooh, so much brighter. So I get dressed in the morning darkness, but like look at the comparison. Off, no lights, on lights. Let's put these ones on too. There, those match. And now my clothes are illuminated without needing additional light. It's just one of these little touches. I'm so happy with them. They will be linked in the description box below. I hope this video was helpful for you. We touched on some heavy topics today around body dysmorphia, but I thought because this is a comment I get quite frequently here on YouTube, but also in my DMs on Instagram, that I would address my story with BDD, but then also talk about ways that I think you can combat it in the pre-op stage. If you are looking for additional coaching, that information will be in the description box as well. I hope you enjoyed my closet tour with my new lights and how I kind of approach shopping now with a very grateful heart that I get to purchase things that I want, not just what fits. I love you. We have more weight loss surgery content coming up this month. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.